Right now for the 6th KLIGP 2014, seated right here we have our guest of honor, Yang Prof. Dato' Nurani Ahmad, and of course on the left we have organizer, once again President of MGPA, Mr. Alan Ong. On the right we have co-organizer, we have National President of FSBAM, and over here on this side we have Deputy President of MGPA, Mr. Liu Bin, and of course, and Vice President of MGPA, we have Mr. Desmond Chong. So please pose your questions to any one of our VIPs right here at the front. Thank you very much. We're currently opening up to the floor right now.
Yes, please. Can I ask, do you have any target for this fair?
The target for this fair, I believe that...
Target sales or visitor?
Visitor for the visitor, for the previous record, or last few year record, most is nearer 10,000. Of course, we put a lot of effort. We hope that this year can be achieved around 12,000. Yeah, we hope can achieve 12,000. You need a turnover?
Because that is very important.
Yeah, but it's very constant.
Yes. Okay, for the turnover, honestly, we don't have any record of that. But if for this year turnover, I think should be our Dato will be give you this answer.
What was the turnover, and I encourage the association to start working on that. Then you can see the difference from one year to another year. But in terms of Malaysia's export of gifts and premium, we in 2013 we have 4.347 billion. Yeah, 4.347. It was last year, and this year we will get to know how much at the end of the year. But in comparison, I would say it'll be an increase as compared to last year, because more and more people are going to this. I mean, as you know, the gift well accepted from Malaysia, yeah? And Matri, we focus quite a bit on this, and the creative industry as well.
Our sales, you need some process, meaning that we need to customize the logo onto it. So you need to do some color matching to match to your logo. So this gift is not on the spot you can buy. But definitely you look at the number we have, the 450 group, plus the turnover of all these companies, of course they are growing every year. In fact, it's one of the biggest number we have in the past 6 years. So in future we may come up with some measurement for that, maybe on the forecasted sales. Meanwhile, we haven't done that yet. But it's encouraging because you look at participants, you look at how these people invested in their booth. Because if you go to any other fair, you don't see many people will make their booth to the theme they want. So you will see a lot of creative things coming out. That's why we say we are in the creative industry. Even you went to Hong Kong, there may not many, out of the 4,000 books, not all are doing the customized books. You will come to our show, in the hall 2, the first hall, you see a lot of customized books. Because this is not cheap, some of them are paying 50 to 100,000 to make up the design. So you will see that's how encouraging this industry.
Right, so I would recommend to start working on some sort of measure, because they are doing it every year. So this is the 6th year. I mean, in terms of booth exhibitors, yeah, you can see the increase. At the same time, you want to see the turnover, the sales, turnover, and the business matching being done. I think they will start working on that probably untuk tahun depan, because then you can actually measure berapa banyak, and then how many, and what are the businesses being you close your deal throughout this fair, because they are doing it three days for 3 days. And as I said during my soft launch, this is the 6 years. I'm sure there will be some sort of increase, but how to measure that? And that's why we keep encouraging that we give support to them, and I'm sure they will start working on that for next year.
Yeah, I think maybe we can go by this way. After our fair, in within 1 month, so we will get this. Maybe from within 1 month, then we just get from this result from our member. I think it should be fine. Yeah, so I can have a record.
At this stage and this particular platform where you have so many big players coming in, wouldn't this be a good stage to actually promote our local handicrafts such as batik and our wood carvings and stuff like that? My question is, why are these guys not here? How would you know?
Okay, I think I will let them answer this, but when I walk around just now, I saw some craft tangan and consists of batik and some other our own local gift, yeah. And it is a very good question, and I'm sure it will be taken into consideration for future fair. But for today, when I walk around, they have craft tangan, and it's quite a bit. And if you can go there, you can see our own local batik, I think it's a Putra, the royal
Temple,
salon.
actually temple.
Oh, temple.
Temple of
All the local things. Because I agree with you, we need to start exposing our local gift overseas, because there are some international countries who are here as well. Yeah, and you want to answer further on that? Because
Okay.
macam mana
Thank you. It's a very good question. In fact, in the second or third fair, we did study on this. At that time, we also set up a corner. They're doing some craft on the side. But maybe we may not have linked up to the right ministry, because there is some ministry is promoting the craft. So far, every year only Craft Tangan supporting us, about 10 to 20 booths. So we would think that number can be grown. Because if you look at Asafi, the Indonesia exporter Craft Tangan, they are talking about 2,000 booths for only craft and those wood thing. I believe this one we can expand. Maybe we have to link up to the right ministry. And then another area, actually, we have tried our best on the Putra side. But all these big boy is not coming in. Well, we are trying to link up with Loyal Selangor. We try to link up with Temasek. But they are looking at export. Because for this fair, actually 95% are local. Or we only have about 2-3% international visitors. That's the reason why our advisor, Deputy President, is coming out with the Creativity magazine and also the PPD. Because Malaysia, we find the big problem is that not enough. Even though we have good talent, but the people are not commercialize it. So because we need a good link between the government, association, and the business people. We have a lot of colleges in Kokwing, can come a lot of good design, but no people want to commercialize it. That's another problem. That's why we earlier we link up with Mosti. Of course, it doesn't turn out well. We try to link up with the right ministry, right department, right people to get this commercialized. Because with association we are limited. We are all SME, you know. We imagine you come to a fair, we all SME, you know. We look at all the booths. You may think they are all big corporation, but our industry, that is our industry.
So this line is very huge contribute to SME, small medium industry. Yes, I see the figures going up also year by year. Agree, yeah?
But I thank you for that question, but I will raise this one out with Dr. Nazri next week, because we have planning session next week, because I think it should be part of the fair as well. I mean, I would suggest, but at the end of the day, the ministry will decide on that. But I'm glad you have current craft, not current craft, craft tangan. Current craft is
Media.
craft tangan over there.
We want the link, because sometimes we need.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but probably some proper documentation has to be sent to the ministry as well. You know, I can open up the link for you to go and meet in terms of Royal Islam and everything. But I guess there's no such thing as you mengalah lah in business. It's not mengalah really, because it's your second year. It's your 6th year.
6 years.
So more to go. We are looking for the 7th year next year. So we'll do much more bigger, and we hope that there will be more local product to be introduced at the fair, because it will contribute to the export figure.
Okay, it's interesting to see how one question could spur so much interest in the topic. And we thank you very much, Wasi, for your commitment. It has been recorded. So we'll be sending you a copy of it. I'm just joking. All right, next one from there.
Focus for next year is for Euro exhibitor coming.
Now, honestly, if only our Malaysian product, definitely we can't get this so-called.
What big is international?
Yes, it's international. Of course, I mean it's international, but at the moment, at least we got few countries to joining in. Okay. Why just now we are on our speech also we have mentioned that we want to strengthen and tie up together of ASEAN. Okay. Now today the biggest source of the gift is Hong Kong gift fair. So a lot of this overseas buyer we go to this Hong Kong gift fair to source their product. Okay. So from our mind and our aim, we want to strengthen and gather all these ASEAN countries together and come out our ASEAN gift shop. So from the ASEAN gift shop, we can maybe from this Middle East country, the buyer will be coming in. Of course, if only our association, this counterpart to do this type of show, I think it's not enough. It's not good enough. So we will tie up some of this like Hong Kong, this global source. They are global this event company. So we hope that can tie up with them to come out the ASEAN gift show. This
I would say, as a private association, we do not have a fund to really advertise about this campaign. So again, I would say, I've been saying it many years, here, with all the media here. So I really want to urge the media, talk more about the design and creativity. Because we believe a good product is a cost to all the Malaysian brands. Our business, if we want to go beyond Malaysia, we need to have good products. As I said, we have good businessmen, we have good talented people. So these two much together certainly can do a lot of things. Or can't do anything to promote Malaysian products. So for the past many years, we cannot really see the improvement of our PPD. That's why this year we do not have first and second prize. We do not have. So we set it to say we only put third prize. Which the third prize I look at it to be under consolation prize. You see, this is something very sad, you know. We have design contest by MRM, Matrix Regulator. I thought you know that. So we a little bit here lah. So we worked with them before. So I think doesn't click to be honest. Market is later. Market is in charging of the export. If we do not have a good product, no way we can export. You see, all the export, I think that's very well. All the export we have is about primary, you know, we are lacking. Yeah, but we have a lot of talent. Why we cannot succeed for the past many years? You see, I even tell MRM, design something for our industry. You see, what I miss out just now is, we got everything, you know. If we design something for our member, we get the contents, we get a good idea, you know. So all the members query just now answered. So we get the design, we sell it to the member. Right? Member worry about no money for molding, we send it to Mosty for the mold. You see? And commercialize to sell, we got market to help us to participate in Hong Kong Fair or whatever fair. So everything is there, you know. But why all these things cannot be, we try very hard, all these things cannot be materialized. We really need the government to sit down with all the associations. Then only the so-called, this year is the year of commercialization, I think, for Mosty. But so far we didn't see anything happen. Association like us, or association like shoe association. So we sit down and design something for us, we commercialize it, you see. Mosty. That's very important. May I answer the question?
Thank you. Oh, I'll be very busy after this. Oh, so many conversations.
How much will this industry will this?
Actually, I've given the figures over there because we only. Never mind, because I have another copy. But because Madrid is dealing only with the access to overseas market, so we only have some figures, the export figures right here. That's what I said just now at the beginning of the press conference, that actually 4.37 billion in terms of figure, and this is divided into 5 sectors. one, as I mentioned. Although we have some new markets that recorded significant growth in 2013. I can give all the figures because if I read this, then it will take forever. And with all these figures, yeah, if you can, if you want it. But in Madrid, we realized that creative industry and gift and premium one sector which is very important. And we thought during the beginning of our program just now that some of them are being done digitally. Yeah, and it's very hard for us to capture that. Yeah, because if they build it digitally, how can we allocate that and contribute and put this into this figure as well? That's why, in short, this is very significant and is growing. And I'm sure this year, 2014, more is done. And as we see just now, a lifestyle program is being done in Paris, organized by Madrid as well. So it means that it grows. I mean, I'm sure Ducati will grow as well. But I don't have the actual figure as per we see right now. I just know.
What we have mentioned that in this new era, IT era, we have actually launched a mobile app for everyone to find out a bit more about this event, and this will serve as a very valuable platform. Now,
beginning, I'm just an OEM to the most of the customer. But one thing we feel that in our Malaysia, we really for branding is very important. Also, it's not only for creative, not only for design. Branding also is very important. This year, I went to this Hong Kong gift fair to participate. This branding of the Hammer brand. So in this Hammer brand, when I stepped into the Hong Kong, really, I feel that I got an order from this overseas market like Oman, Hong Kong, and UK. And also, I would like to thank our Madrid. Really, Madrid is put a lot of effort for all this Malaysian businessmen. Really, because I'm the first time joining. Okay, I'm the first time joining. So I want to bring up this. Yes, really. So after I'm back from Hong Kong, I'm straight away tell to all our members. Really, Hong Kong is a good platform for all the members to exporting their products. Of course, you must having some products or either the branding you want to buy from me. Why they don't want to buy from China? Because we create our own branding, and also they specify to me to say that you must put it made in Malaysia. Okay, the buyer want us to put in made in Malaysia. They feel that Malaysia product that's different, and also branding. So I want to point out, you see, Madrid really put a lot of effort to our businessmen for all over the country. So appreciate that. Dato, thank you. I hope that video can give more support to us.